Hey guys, today I wanted to make a video about creating a macro that runs when a workbook is opened. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to this developer tab up here. If you're not seeing that developer tab, then you'll need to go to File, you'll need to go to Options down here, you'll need to go to Customize Ribbon over here on the side, and then over here you should see an option that says Developer. You want to make sure this box is checked and then click OK, and now you should see this developer tab up here. So what we want to do is open up our VBA window here, and then you'll want to go over here into your workbook. We're in book 1 here, and you want to double click where it says this workbook. Now what we want to do is we will create a private sub. Not a pri-kit sub, that won't work. Private sub, and then you want to say workbook underscore open, and that'll create our sub for us. And now the reason that we do a private sub is just because it makes it so that this can only be called by macros within the same module. So I guess if you wanted to do it a different way, that's totally fine. I just always use a private sub when I'm opening up a workbook with a macro. And then what I will want to do is just go ahead and say message box, and then we can say hello, I'm open. And now what we'll want to do is go ahead and save this to Excel tools, and then we'll go ahead and save this as a macro enabled workbook, and then we're going to go ahead and save it over a workbook that I already had here. Open workbook, yes. Okay, so now if we close this and then we go back into it, back through the same path that we just took, down into our Excel tools folder, back to open workbook. Let's open it up and see what happens. Hello, I'm open. So it gives us that automatic macro that runs. Now something that you would maybe want to do is if you're trying to get it to refresh, then you could just say this workbook dot refresh all, and then it would say we'll change this to say data has been refreshed, and then we can go ahead and save it. And if we close out of it, we'll save one more time. Yeah, sure, why not? And then we do open workbook. That has been refreshed. And so really what that's doing is that is the equivalent of going here and saying refresh all. So if you had some data connections, queries and connections in here, maybe you're querying from SharePoint or something like that, then having that refresh all in your open, every time your workbook is opened, it will refresh all of your data. If you want to see how to make a quick connection, or I guess a SharePoint query that runs quickly, I have another video about that. Go ahead and check it out. But I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you guys later.